Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you're a focused learner and you are just entirely sick and tired of the endless online noise about weight loss, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're cutting through the hype and looking directly at the hard science. Because, as we're going to see, fat loss isn't some unsolvable mystery, and it's definitely not magic. It's actually a very strict biological equation driven by energy and hormones. We're going to map out the exact biological framework you need to literally reverse fat storage. And honestly, the best part? All you need to execute this protocol is your current body weight in kilograms and a smartphone. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our foolproof, BS-free roadmap. We're hitting 6 key areas today. 1. The biology of belly fat. 2. Fuel and automate your diet. 3. Eliminating invisible diet saboteurs. 4. Full body physical output. 5. The critical recovery window. And 6. The 4-week challenge.
All right, Section 1, the biology of belly fat, understanding the engine.
Think of your body like a highly efficient machine, right? It needs a very specific amount of energy just to keep you alive, breathing, and moving around. But what happens when we give it a bit too much fuel? It doesn't just throw it away. It has to somehow pack that excess energy away for later use. And that is exactly where insulin comes in. When you overconsume energy, your body pumps out insulin. So the crucial point is that insulin acts as your body's primary storage manager, dictating exactly where that extra fuel physically goes. Its entire job is to pack that energy away as stored fat. And biology actually rigs the game a bit, prioritizing the belly, the chest, and the face as its main storage vaults. So this leads us to a massive question. Literally the thing that derails almost every single fitness journey. How on earth do we force the body to burn fat instead of muscle? See, when you just suddenly drop your food intake to try and lose weight, your body completely panics. It looks for the absolute easiest energy source to burn, and tragically, that is often your own hard-earned muscle tissue. We need to completely flip the script. We have to shift our mindset from starving the body to strategically fueling the engine. Which brings us to Section 2. Fuel and automate your diet, setting the baseline. To stop that muscle loss we just talked about dead in its tracks, we really need to focus on the quality and volume of your food, because this is exactly where most diet attempts fall apart. But we're going to make it totally foolproof. Notice this massive number 2. This is your golden equation to shield your muscle tissue. Just take your current body weight in kilograms and multiply it by 2. That resulting number, that is your exact daily protein target in grams. Hitting this target is absolutely vital. When your overall calories drop, but you still hit this specific protein goal, your body gets a very clear biological signal that the muscles are fueled. It essentially forces your body to bypass your muscle tissue entirely and burn that stored belly fat instead. And how do we actually hit that target? Well, you absolutely do not need expensive artificial supplements. We are talking about basic whole food structural building blocks, things like eggs, paneer, chickpeas, and chicken. These give your body exactly what it needs. On top of that, your body needs healthy fats from sources like nuts, seeds, or a bit of ghee. Why? Because these fats are what naturally regulate your testosterone and keep your baseline metabolism running hot. When you consistently hit these exact protein and fat targets, you create the literal hormonal environment that permits your body to let go of that stored fat. But hey, even with incredibly healthy food, eating too much of it still creates a calorie surplus, right? And that triggers those insulin spikes that completely block fat loss. Honestly, the main reason we fail here is just the friction of manual tracking. Manually searching for the calories of every single ingredient is just miserable, which is exactly why most of us throw in the towel after a couple of days. The ultimate solution is to automate it. Use an AI tracking app. You literally just snap a photo of your plate and the software instantly scans it and calculates your macros. You can scan package barcodes, and this is huge, you manually enter your cooking oils because those are absolutely packed with hidden calories. Automating this whole process creates a strict, data-driven deficit and gets rid of the guesswork entirely. Let's move to Section 3 and see how this builds. Eliminating invisible diet saboteurs. Protecting the deficit. You can track your meals perfectly, but there are these hidden items that will actively sneak past your tracking and dismantle all your hard work, completely ruining that precise calorie deficit you just built. It all comes down to digestion speed. Think about liquid calories like juices or refined sugars in biscuits and sweet sauces. These things flood your bloodstream instantly with zero resistance. They serve as immediate triggers for massive insulin spikes, which just instantly kills your fat-burning state. And to make matters worse, they give you a massive energy crash 30 minutes later, leaving you starving and ready to overeat. Compare that to solid whole foods, slow breakdown, incredibly stable energy, and prolonged fullness. Sipping on those hidden liquid calories will literally nullify all your tracking. You've got to stick to solid foods to protect your deficit. All right, on to section 4, full body physical output, elevating the metabolism. Now that the diet is locked in, we really need to address a massive strategic error almost everyone makes when trying to eliminate chest or belly fat through exercise. You've seen people doing endless crunches, trying to spot reduce. They genuinely think crunches will burn belly fat. Well, they won't. Crunches only train the abdominal muscles sitting underneath the fat. They do absolutely nothing to burn the fat on top of it. And this brilliantly illustrates what you actually need: systemic energy. You need compound lifts that demand a ton of energy and engage your entire muscular chain all at once. That is what creates a massive, sustained calorie burn. So, what does high systemic energy actually look like in practice? Well, you've got plenty of options. It could be heavy, compound gym lifts like barbell squats. If you're working out at home, it means high-intensity circuits, think burpees or intense jump squats. It could even be getting outside and playing a really active full-body sport like football. The big takeaway here is that by firing up your entire muscular system, you significantly elevate your metabolic rate. It means your body is doing the heavy lifting for you, burning calories for several hours after you've already finished the workout and hit the showers. Moving on to section 5, the critical recovery window, the magic of rest. Here's a wild thought. Everything we've discussed so far, the strict diet, the intense physical output, that merely provides the instructions to your body. The actual physical transformation, that happens entirely while you rest. Look at this 24-hour cycle, specifically that critical midnight block from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. That is the absolute most important window of your day. During this exact 4-hour period, your body processes your daytime efforts and releases crucial growth hormones. But listen to this. If you are awake, just doom scrolling on your phone in bed, you actively block those hormones and literally halt the repair process in its tracks. You absolutely need a strict baseline of 7 hours of deep sleep that perfectly encompasses that midnight window, because that is exactly how your body physically converts your daily nutritional deficit into visible fat loss. And finally, section 6, the 4-week challenge, the skinny fat truth. Now, what's really interesting about this next point, and we absolutely have to address this harsh biological reality before our final challenge, is the skinny fat body type. If you have thin arms and legs, but your midsection stubbornly holds on to weight, we need to set some realistic expectations. Your body is completely autonomous. It dictates exactly where it pulls fat from first, and you literally cannot force it to choose the belly. The absolute only path to clearing the belly and chest is to be patient, stay consistent, and drive down your overall body fat percentage until your body finally taps into those stubborn reserves. So here it is, the entire biological blueprint, stacked perfectly together. The 5 pillars. 1, hitting their exact protein targets. 2, automated tracking to guarantee a deficit. 3, completely eliminated liquid calories and hidden sugars. 4, high-demand full-body movement. And 5, precise recovery through deep sleep. But here's the catch. Maintaining the system isn't just about doing 1 or 2 of these things kind of well. It requires strict, unwavering consistency across all 5 pillars simultaneously. And that brings us to our final provocative challenge for you. Execute this protocol without compromise for a strict 4-week period. The biology is proven, the math is ridiculously simple, and you have all the tools right in your hands. I am challenging you to commit to this system today. Put in the absolute work across all 5 pillars, and then I want you to come back to this explainer in exactly 1 month and post your quantifiable results. You've got